everyone. Okay, my name is Fallon Alistair, and I decided to start this channel because I wanted to share my love of old games and gaming, and eventually we'll get into reacts, but I want your guys' opinion on that way down in the future. So, I have decided to do a 20 questions, kinda. So, I made this list of questions 3 years ago, almost. It's been almost a year since I made it, or 3 years since I made this list of questions. And yes, I do know the answers to most of these, but some of these are going to be kind of interesting. Okay, so a little bit about me before we start. Well, everything's here, so there's not much to talk about. But I want to say something before I start anyway. I deal with mental illness. I have autism, I have ADHD, I have bipolar, and I have PTSD. What this means is I go through a lot of mood swings and I get suicidal from time to time. And I don't know if YouTube will be like, "Oh, you said the word suicidal." But I need to put this out there before we go any further because I deal with mental illness and I want everyone to feel like they can ask me questions because we will have a Ask Fallon, ask the Blob, the Queen Blob, questions every now and then. So, I'm going to answer these questions. And again, before we start, I have something else I want to say. If you have mental illness, if you struggle with it, I know your struggle. If you are suicidal right now, I encourage you to please get help. It is not a fun place to be at all. It is a very dark place to be. And I 100% encourage you to reach out to someone, whether it be a family member, a council member, counselor, therapist, psychiatrist, um, psychologist, the suicide hotline, the text line, or whatever your country, like wherever you are, whatever your country's hotline is. I'll probably put it in the link in the description so you guys can use that. Probably, hopefully. So yeah, let's get into this. Where were you born? I was actually born in Hamburg, Germany, but I'm not a I'm German, but I don't have a dual citizenship because I now live in the US in California. So, favorite movie growing up. Oh, this one was a really good one. I actually loved this little classic movie. It's called Magic in the Water. It's very cheesy, but it's still good in my brain. I will never go back and rewatch it so that magic doesn't fade. But it's a movie about these kids, and Mark Harmon's in it. If you don't know who Mark Harmon is, he's an NCIS. He's a really cool guy. Um, yeah. Let's see. High school sweetheart or favorite movie, I mean. So Magic in the Water is about these kids who go on summer vacation. I think their parents are divorced. Something I relate to. Um, and they go on vacation to this town and they hear something in the water, and it's basically like the Loch Ness monster but cuter because this guy likes Oreos. Okay, favorite name. I'm gonna say Jamie. That name has a very close meaning to my heart. Favorite teacher in school? Oh, that's easy. Miss Kasner, freshman year English teacher. She's awesome. I went to Downey High, so in Downey, California. So yeah, she was an awesome English teacher. She's still going even with COVID. Favorite place you've been? I've been only a few places, but I have to say Hearst Castle was one of the favorite places I've been. Yeah, Hearst Castle over in Central California. If you ever have a chance to go check his castle out, it's really cool. He actually bred some zebras, and you can still see them off the freeway. Have you moved around a lot in your life? Yes, I have moved a ton. Being a military child is really hard because you move around from city to city, and you don't really get to keep the friends you make. And some military children, after a while, just give up. But I never really stopped. I tried to make friends everywhere I went. If you could go to any country in the world, which one and why? I want to go back to Germany because I haven't been there since I was born, basically, because I came here when I was one. So yeah, I want to go back to Germany and I want to see the culture and I want to go back to the town I was born in actually, Umberg. Not Hamburg, Umberg, without the H. Small little place. Do you believe that home is truly where the heart is? Yes. Do you believe that home is truly where the heart is? If your home is with someone or your home is with let me see. I want to say this right. I believe that home is truly where the heart is. Let's just say that if your heart is elsewhere, like you're in one spot, but your emotional heart has found a place, you will always long to go back to that place. It doesn't matter how much time has passed, it doesn't matter how far away it is, that will always be home. Uh, if I could talk to any famous person alive or dead, Maya Angelou, actually. Yeah, because I I was very bummed when I heard she passed away. Like, I'm not really affected by the deaths of many celebrities, which sounds callous and cold, but like Michael Jackson passed away and I never listened to his music, so I was like, okay, he passed away. Moving on? But like Maya Angelou's death actually stopped me in my tracks because I think that deep down in my heart I really wanted to meet her at some point in my life. And now that I can't, it just hurts because I really wanted to meet her. She had an autobiography called I Why Does the Cage Bird I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings, and I haven't read it, but I personally wanted to ask her the answer to that question. What is one thing that changed your life forever? When my parents divorced. Once they divorced, I was packed up from Florida and sent to California. And I started my life out here in California all over again. And it was really rough. If you could live in any time period, what would it be and why? If I could live in two time periods, I would. I rather like the idea of, you know, going to like living in the medieval times, but being able to have some of the comforts of, now would be nice, like showers. But I really, really, really am attracted to like, what is it, the Victorian era where they had horses and bows and arrows and, knights in shining armor. I mean, they probably don't, they were not as cool as they sound back then, but, I would love to be able to go back and study that period in time. What is one thing you wish you could change about the world? What is one thing you wish you could change about the world? The fact that I know less about its kindness and more about its cruelty? We need less people that are not willing to, step up to the plate and say, hey, I want to do this for people. We need more people to care, basically. What is one thing you wish people would stop saying about you? That I'm lazy, that I have no motivation, you know, all that stuff. What is one thing that makes you laugh until you cry? Jokes between my friends and me. I always think those are the best ones. Like I have a friend on Discord. His name is Ender, and we have this thing where it only works if we've said something like indeed, and then one of us goes indubitably. Favorite artist? Taylor Swift. Favorite band? Skillet. Most important lesson you try to teach people: always be kind. You never know what people are going through. Hardest lesson you learned: not everyone is real, not everyone is nice. Favorite Christmas song? There's a song that came out by New Song, I believe. It's called The Christmas Shoes. And it goes like this: little boy walks into a store and he wants to buy these shoes for his mom who is sick in the hospital. And yeah, it's a really good Christmas song. Sir, I wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. Could you hurry, sir? Mama said Daddy said there's not much time. You see, she's been sick for quite a while, and I know these shoes will make her smile, and I want it to look beautiful if Mama meets Jesus tonight. There you go. That's the chorus. All right. How well do you do under pressure? Not very well. I really suck at handling pressure unless it's like right there in the moment. But if it's like timed, like what I mean is if it's timed pressure, like say someone got into an accident and you have to call 911 or like the car is going to blow up or something like that, I would definitely not hesitate to call 911. However, if it's a pressure prolonged by time, I procrastinate. If you could redo high school, what is one thing you would change? I would focus more on the academics. I was too busy being, yeah, it was a dark time, and no, like it was a seriously dark time for me. So, yeah. And yeah, that's all the questions I'm going to answer for today. However, if you like this kind of content and you want to see more like it, I do plan on doing more videos about games, but I wanted to introduce myself, get you all familiar with the way I work, as well as tell you that I have mental illness and I struggle with it constantly on a day to day basis. There are days where I will not upload because I am not feeling good. There are days where I'm going to not be as happy as I usually am. There are going to be days where I will feel so under the weather that I'm not going to be able to answer any questions. I won't be able to play any games. And then there are going to be the days where I will struggle to, fight my darkness. And we've had plenty of YouTubers, actors, actresses, K-pop singers that have passed away due to suicide. I am letting you know right here, right now, up front, that I deal with suicidal impulses. If you do as well, I support you in your journey through life, and I encourage you to always, always find the positive in life. Oh, and from now on, you guys will be called Blobbies. Because I'm a blob, you're a blob. Yes, that's how it works. And yes. So, with that being said, I will bid you all adieu.